Coinbase confirmed their seriousness. They are not fooling around here. Given that it has such significant effect on Shiba Inu, tens of millions of dollars warning is absolutely something we should take notice of. Still, this marks just the top of the iceberg. Not too far off is something much more. Trust me, you will be really shocked. Still, what am I even referring to? Let me clarify, however. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the curve in the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. News from today is bursting with some crazy developments. Consider the most recent bombshell revealed by massive cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase. They recently revealed that they have lavishly donated $25 million to Fairshake, a super political action group dedicated only to cryptocurrencies. Coinbase is getting ready for a strong lobbying effort with the US elections just around here. You know, in the crypto sphere, these elections are generating somewhat the buzz. Not all of it is sunshine and rainbows either. A storm is building within me, particularly given major heavyweights like Joe Biden aiming a jab at cryptocurrency. The community has been rocked by his latest veto, which has spurred concerns of a crypto crackdown. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong isn't holding back, however. From the rooftops, he is yelling about crypto voters needing to become active. Politicians won't take us seriously until they get the letter that anti-crypto is a poor idea. It's time to show the door to the nasers and unite behind the pro-crypto contenders. For the crypto community, this goes beyond a political argument. It's about ensuring our position in the digital terrain. That $25 million Coinbase injection. It's a hint that things are about to get very fascinating. So tighten up, people. The next months will be one heck of a trip. This is not what really excites me today, however. Today we start with a huge revelation. US spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds saw their 15th straight day of net inflows yesterday, accumulating an amazing $105 million. This tendency is really noteworthy. Indeed, prior we have actually seen much longer inflows, began experiencing too much euphoria. Those inflows ceased and became outflows. Remember this change occurring back in April. Many believed we wouldn't see any extended streaks of inflows after the flows became negative, and here we are, with 15 straight days of inflows into the Bitcoin 8s. People are experiencing both cautious optimism and exhilaration. While some are apprehensive, knowing how rapidly things can change, others are enthusiastic that this pattern points a good future for the crypto ecosystem. Though everyone is watching to see if this trend will last or whether history will repeat itself, there is a general hum of good energy, but with some caution. Thanks to one little feature, this should have a significant effect on Shiba Inu very shortly. We will come to it later. But today also came even another significant revelation. Long-term Bitcoin holders have been gathering once again since December. Although Bitcoin ETF inflows are clearly a good thing, others might argue that this is just more conventional investors joining the crypto scene, and that there is nothing to be especially excited about. Some find this viewpoint logical. They see it as conventional investors just spreading their portfolios instead of displaying real conviction about the transforming power of cryptocurrencies. From this vantage point, financial strategy takes front stage rather than a sincere support of the crypto movement. Now, however, the enthusiasm cannot be disputed as initial Bitcoin holders return. December was the final month they were actively gathering. Fascinatingly, this was precisely the period people were getting ready for approval of a Bitcoin ETF. This event created big waves worldwide, and these seasoned players were busily gathering as much Bitcoin as they could have while it was still reasonably inexpensive. An ETF for Bitcoin would open doors to billions of dollars in inflows, they realized. And they were correct. Literally billions of dollars poured into Bitcoin after the adoption of the Bitcoin ETF, therefore influencing its value. These ancient whales seemed to be correct then, and their calculated gamble paid off handsomely. And just now, they seem to be back and starting to accumulate once again. Some contend this is related to the newly authorized Ethereum ETF, as trading expected to start this month. Others think it's due of Bitcoin's 15 days of inflows into the Bitcoin ETF, which are driving once more exciting action. Each side makes sense. While the revived interest in Bitcoin might indicate a larger market awakening, the Ethereum ETF approval could really be drawing attention and investment. One thing is very evident, nevertheless, independent of whether viewpoint is accurate. The crypto whales show great optimism. Their comeback points to a belief in the future orientation of the market. And while they negotiate these fascinating changes in the crypto scene, investors are closely monitoring their actions. What then is really going on behind the scenes? First of all, we should review on-chain data. The most recent Bitfinex Alpha study indicates that long-term Bitcoin investors have changed their strategy, therefore altering the dynamics of the market. Bitfinex experts see that these investors' declining selling pressure has been accompanied by clearly increasing purchasing activity. And here's something rather crucial. Since February, the reserves of Bitcoin on exchanges have drastically dropped, which helps to explain the current price spike and could create conditions for yet another value increase. You may wonder, however, why I am discussing Bitcoin. What has it to do with Shiba Inu? Shiba Inu is, as I have said in earlier films, very sensitive to any fluctuations in Bitcoin. But recently, people are looking for more specific proof as mistrust has been on increase. Thus, here we are. Shiba Inu often follows pace with its own price rises while the general market, including the Bitcoin, is on rise. Shiba Inu, however, usually suffers notable drops as well as the market contracts. This has been the same trend all this year. Very clear in late April. For example, Bitcoin's lowest price in 3 months came from a 15% decline from its peak of $66,000 on April 23 to a low of $56,000 on May 1. Fascinatingly, Shiba Inu matched this pattern, falling on April 23 to reach a fresh low on May 1, as is a significant 23.5% decline during the same period as Bitcoin saw comparable declining pressure. Shiba Inu and Bitcoin's great relationship is shown by their coordinated movement in price. Shiba Inu has a cold when Bitcoin sneezes, therefore symbolizing the interdependence of these coins in the market ecology. Market statistics from Into the Block indicate that Shiba Inu has had a 79% association with Bitcoin within the last 30 days. Shiba Inu's price swings so strongly indicate a significant positive connection, closely reflecting those of Bitcoin. Although 79% may appear like merely a figure currently, in the field of statistics, it is really very noteworthy. The rather substantial link between Shiba Inu and Bitcoin's price swings is shown by a correlation of 79%. Basically, roughly 79% of the time, Shiba Inu will follow suit in a similar path whether Bitcoin rises or falls. This degree of correlation emphasizes how closely the two currencies interact in terms of market activity. Returning again to the present Bitcoin bull mania, here is something rather fascinating. Should the 15 straight days of inflows not grab your attention yet, then what I am going to disclose may be precisely what is needed. The total ETF inflows for BlackRock and Fidelity this year have been greatly influenced by their Bitcoin ADS. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balcones highlights statistics from Bloomberg and Twitter to help one understand these Bitcoin ADS. 26% of BlackRock's total inflows and 56% of Fidelity's correspondingly. Intelligence. Based on Farsight investor statistics, BlackRock's A-Shares Bitcoin Trust and Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund have drawn together $16.6 billion and $8.9 billion in inflows since their introduction over 5 months ago. And yes, having Bitcoin ETFs for 26% and 56% of their entire inflows correspondingly is insane, since BlackRock now has 429 ETFs and Fidelity lists 70 ETFs. Given the many investment choices these institutions provide, it reveals just how much attention and money these establishments are focusing on Bitcoin. Therefore, not financial advice, it appears like we might be standing on the brink of a possible bull run, given the increased optimism of former Bitcoin investors returning into the market and the expectation around the forthcoming U.S. presidential election. On that, however, what is your view? See below. Reading your point of view would be much anticipated. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.